back at it again. Alright, we're shaking things up a little bit. As you can see, I'm at the title screen of Monster Hunter World, and not in-game this time, and that's for a very good reason. Because there's some really good news. At this point, Monster Hunter has officially hit 30 million copies sold, which, why is a random YouTuber celebrating that? I'll tell you why. Because we're starting over from the beginning. We're not going to be continuing this. We're not going to be going back to this. New adventure. Fresh start. And the reason I'm telling you this, and the reason we're doing this, simple. I want to get a fresh start. I want to relive this journey and see what I can do, what I can get away with, and what you, as a new hunter, should be doing. Think of this as
sisters and brothers of the Fifth
a little
Fleet.
bit of a...
It's time.
I'll explain
I'll
afterwards.
keep my farewell brief. Never was much with words. Once you board this ship, there's no turning back. The next ground your feet will touch will be that of the New World. If any of you have lost your nerve, then step away now, and let no one judge you. Very well. Then sail safe and strong, and may the Sapphire Star light your way.
Alright, I can explain a little bit. So the reason we're starting fresh is I want this to be a little bit of a guideline for newer players. And the only way to give a little bit of a guideline is to, well, start from the beginning. Another reason why I decided now of all times, well, currently until April 3rd, Monster Hunter World is like 86% off. And by that, I mean the base game and the Iceborne expansion. So instead of the whole conglomerate of low rank, high rank, and master rank being around $60, it's now like $12. It's actually really cheap. If you've been on the fence, I recommend getting it now.
Yo, did you hear? We're almost there. You ready to grab this new world by the horns? Don't know about you. It feels like ages since I left home to join the commission. So, nervous? Believe you me, I get it. Anything could happen to us, but hey, that's happened.
Hey, aren't you one of the A-list hunters?
What? No way! So are we! Hey, tell us your name.
I'll admit, this game, about a decade later, still holds up. Ready to kill a Jagras within 30 seconds. Hi. Welcome back. I wish about that. We're gonna get to that eventually, just to showcase how difficult the monsters really get up in the air, but for now, I think I'm gonna go in solo. After all, if my goal is to make this a little bit of a guide series, which this will be recorded, we'll see how it goes. But don't worry. We got from there. Actually, is there... Okay, presets. There's... Preset. I could probably spend a lot of time here. What's it? Is this the random? Oh, this is the random. Okay, 5 randoms. Let's see where it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I said 5. I said 5. We're rocking that. I said 5. Alright. Default armor. No. So, Guardian Alpha Plus armor is high rank armor and low rank. As much as I want to go with that, and I would recommend that if you're new to this game, you go with it because it is absurdly good. Like, you're not supposed to have it for a while. I'm personally just gonna go with the classic leather. I could go with no armor. Nah, well, let's just go with leather. Actually, you what? No, I've never done no armor before. We're going no armor. Would not recommend. We'll see how it goes. Enter the name. What would be a good name for someone who looks like this? I did not think about this at all. Yeah, the last character I named was Got Nothing because I couldn't think of a name on the fly. Now I see why children's names are prepared months in advance, because this is actually hard. This is comically difficult. Oh my god, I am not... Okay, the only thing that's come to mind, and I kid you not, is Kevin Costner. I probably butchered the name, but that's the only thing that comes to mind. On the cute little cat. Do we have a random as well? Yes, we do. So, 5 from here. 5 random. I'm not looking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well then. Now, does the Palico have no armor? No, we're giving our Palicos leather armor. Like, I'm gonna be nice to the Palico. I'm not gonna be nice to myself. I'm gonna give the Palico armor. And, oh brother, what do we name the Palico? Well, the first one was Kevin Costner, so... I don't know why this just popped in, but let's go with Felix. Felix Benchapard. Kevin Costner and Felix Benchapard. That is quite the names we got going on.
So, how about a toast?
To the A-list! And the commission!
Cheers!
Right, well...
So, tell me, what's your theory? The Elder Dragons must migrate to the New World for some reason. After running the research commission for 40-odd years, the Guild's itching for an answer. They say the Fifth Fleet's got the best shot at cracking this case, and I agree!
Keep it down. Hey, speaking of, A-listers usually operate in teams of 2. Have you sat down with your partner yet?
Oh, right. My handler. The one who's in charge of making sure I don't go rogue or off the rails.
Listen to that. Getting rough out there. The waves are picking up. And that's gotta mean landfall. You're on the A-list, right? Huh. Meowdy-do. I'm not psychic, but I do have pretty good ears. Ah, put her there. I happen to be an A-lister myself. Whoa!
Storm truck. Not gonna lie, it's been ages since I've seen this, and... Oh, shoot. Right, that's how we know about this creature. Good old Monster Hunter fashion, they reveal the first main story boss immediately at the game. wait. I think if I remember correctly, the first introduction is... Yeah, I think it's going on this creature. Oh, boy. For people who don't know what this thing is, you will find out later, but this is a monster. We're standing on top of a giant monster at the moment.
Anybody there?
Just the movement controls. Explains to you basic movement.
Oh, hey, it's
How
you!
to climb.
Look what happened to the ship.
This is basically
We have to do
tutorial part
something.
1. So our ship is frickin'
It's not
stranded
safe here.
on
This way.
the monster.
Ah!
Actually, I think our ship is burning up. Nope. Ship's moving out.
We need to get out of here. I've got an idea. This way. Whoa. Watch yourself.
Right, the monster's going vertical. Now, thankfully, we don't have a health or stamina bar yet, but I can assure you, you got.
Hurry.
We're gonna see those later on. Oh. Yep, so we're on the front of the monster. Yep, go up top here.
Wyverns. Ugh. I think my first encounter would be filled with so much pecking. Shoot! Shoot! No, the ground's moving again.
Alright, we gotta get out of here.
We're on. I knew it.
Take a look at this beast.
Time to hitch a ride and get off this thing. Come on, let's go. Get a good running start, then jump.
And there we go. Movement tutorial done. And a new monster to add to our collection. The walking volcanic landmass. We're not gonna find out the name later, but I'm gonna spoil it
The new world.
eventually when we find out. But enough about that monster. Here's the majestic plate. Oh, nope, there he is in the background.
Huh? No.
Welcome to our new home for the time being. Welcome to the ancient forest.
What's this? Somebody must have set up this camp. I found this in the tent. It has a map in it. Well, part of one at least. Looks like we're right around here. The Research Commission's base of operations is here. This is where our ship was supposed to dock. For now, I think it would be best if we make our way to base. The map should help us find our way.
Alright, with every single area in the game, you get a map. Pieces don't really get revealed until you've explored the area. For now, we go from point A to point B. Every map is
Come here!
different sections off to, well, I mean, sectioning off the map.
Come here!
The way Monster Hunter used to work is you had areas and then loading zones in between them. With this game, it's all open world. So they kept the section numbers for better finding out where teammates are, but otherwise it's a big open area.
Look, the Research Commission's headquarters. Come on, let's get going.
Alright, first actual monsters we can kinda interact with. The classic herbivore that has, I'm pretty sure, been in every single Monster Hunter game?
According
Aptonoth.
to the map, to get to HQ, we need to...
Oh. First play of the game. The Vita Lily. You slash it, you get
These
heals from it.
Aptonoths seem every bit as docile as the ones back home.
Handler, can you move? Handler. Handler!
It looks like we need to go around.
Alright, so with this map, for now, we have a point A to point B.
I had the scout
and we're
flies
still
memorize my scent earlier. If you lose sight of me, just follow the scout flies, and they'll lead you right to me.
Oh my goodness, Handler, can you not? Oh my goodness, point A to point B, we're still in the tutorial.
We can push our way through these vines.
Just basic movement controls, and here we have our first hostile monsters of the game, coming up.
Okay, easy there. Don't pick a fight if you don't have a weapon. We need to hide. Come on, this way.
Yep, so
Hurry!
those guys are called Jagresses, and for now,
Quietly.
we can't fight them. So, we get introduced for the first new mechanic, hiding. If you find cover and you duck into it, small monsters just kind of
Okay, the coast
leave
is
you
clear.
alone.
Let's get going while we still can.
This does work for larger monsters, but only for a little bit of time. But more on that later. For the moment, we gotta continue onward.
Nothing can stop us.
Also, this game has 0 fall damage. Which is honestly a good perk. And another thing to mention, when you're out in the open like this, you may find tracks or different areas
What
that you
is
can
this
investigate
track?
to figure out where large monsters are. Hey, come on.
Look! There's more over there. Let's check it out.
Yep, come on. Come on. So slow, but so scenic. And there's our first large monster. So the first small monsters we got,
Don't mind me. This way, hurry.
Okay, let's go.
Move! Move! That is not good. What are you waiting for? Get over here.
okay, our large monster is taking care of the other one. No need to worry, we just don't get involved.
Come on!
So those small reptiles were called a Jagras, and that big lizard guy, not the pink one, but the yellow one, Great Jagras.
Jump!
Pink one, we'll worry about later.
Hey,
You all right?
let's go.
Okay.
Got some stuff banging around the desk. And there we go. That completes the tutorial of basic mechanics. Now, on to the real game.
Wow.
Amazing, ain't it? Just look at this gate. It's like nature meant for us to build a Stera right here.
Stera. I like it.
So this is our hub area.
The rest of the Fifth are already here. You're the last to arrive.
Okay, set him down here. Take it
I'll
nice
need to
and
tape
low.
up your shoulder. Hold still for a bit.
Hey, you guys made it!
Be right back. You're alive.
Had it rough, huh? When we couldn't find you two, we were starting to sweat bullets.
You scared us. We were talking about going out to look for you.
Yeah,
Household
about
ends
that
well.
detour.
Hey, we need a hand! Sorry.
Come on.
We didn't have a detour
Catch
by
you later.
choice. I guess it's the beginning, so unskippable cutscenes
This
are
here's our trade yard.
unskippable.
I guess the name says it all.
Look at all the people. The stuff.
But over here, we have
Incredible,
everything we
right?
could need.
We've got it all.
Items.
We've got hunters to do all the exploring, scholars to do the research, technicians to keep them going. This place is the beating heart of the Commission.
What this guy
Wait
said.
here a sec.
I was literally about to get into that, and I forgot he got
Commander,
into
I
that.
found him.
Welcome to Astera.
All right, here we go. Welcome to Astera. Glad you made it. Somehow I knew you would, though. When you've been in command as long as I have, you start to learn who's capable and who isn't. Now, as much as I'd like to get you up to speed, I'm being pulled in about 8 directions at once. We'll cover the important matters at Council, which I'll be covering once things settle down. I expect you two to be there, of
Your
course.
reputations precede you.
The Guild spoke highly of you as individuals. Think what you can do as a team. Before I forget, your furry friend was looking for you. Poor thing was washed up not too long ago. Go ahead and have a look around
Well,
Stera.
Off you go.
Okay, I'll give you the grand tour. Let's start by looking for your Palico.
Yep. First order of business, find our cat
This
partner.
is our stockpile. They carry most of the basic necessities.
You should drop by later to see what they have.
That's the item shop. Stockpile, item shop. And I can't run here. Okay, well. First
Next is the smithy. It's this way.
stairs.
Over here.
How I wish I could use the elevator and not the stairs. But we gotta walk the stairs because, of course we do.
We're the Commission's 5th Fleet, right? The old man in charge, my grandfather, was with the 1st. That was a long time ago. Me? I'm not with any fleet. Born and bred right here. Never even been to the old world.
Yeah, that's one way to keep me on pace. Force me not to run. So up here, storage chest, or iron
Here's our
box.
smithy. This is where you can craft weapons and armor. You'll be here a lot.
Wow! Look at this place. Want to check it out?
Ah, yes.
It's toasty in here.
The smithy.
Next up is the canteen. Let's check it out.
Armory to buy armor. And the smithy for whatever monster parts you need. And also, a little bit of a fun fact, if you look at the grindstone right next to the smithy, you may notice that the grindstone and the gear are spinning faster than the chain conveyor, or the little chain drive, is supposed to pull it at. No, I'm not sorry for pointing this out and making things, you know, feel weird and awkward. I point that out every single time because it just
Want to get going?
it annoys people.
The canteen? I am so there.
All right, upper path of the elevator. That way you can just skip the stairwalk, the slow stairwalk.
Over here.
In the meantime, would you look at this? Where's our palico? Show me my cat.
This here's our canteen.
Hey, over there.
Yeah, little guy's lost. Hey, bud.
Hey, you!
Kitty.
Aw. I knew you'd pull through.
Right. We're calling for a council. Come on.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hopefully,
Now that you are all here, let
after
us
all
begin
this,
council.
I'll be able to do submissions with our people. Now that you're all here, let's
After
begin
tracking
council.
a migrating elder dragon across the sea, the Fifth Fleet have finally arrived in Astera. Give them a warm welcome. They're a fine group, worthy comrades who will help see the Research Commission's long efforts finally rewarded. Would you like to say a few words?
Thank you, sir. We're ready to roll up our sleeves and get our hands dirty.
This here is the Commission's core team. You should all get to know each other.
Looking forward to it.
Now, down to business. The latest monster to make the Elder Crossing is known as Zora Magdaros, a huge monster with a mountain of fire upon its back.
I forgot this is how early they introduce it. Yeah, literally that big monster that we came across and climbed up, Zora Magdaros.
The Research Commission's job is to discover exactly why the Elder Dragons are migrating to the New World.
Elder dragons have been with us since the dawn of time, altering the ecosystem, reshaping the land, leaving disaster in their wake.
Yep, so a little bit of a lore thing. Elder Dragons are very powerful monsters that can quite literally, their mere presence, control elements of the ecosystem, and they're kind of detrimental.
Once every decade or so, they flock to this continent. But for what reason?
With the Fifth's help, we will find the missing link.
Here, here.
Now we're talking!
Hunters, for the time being, I need you to focus on investigating our Jagras problem and securing Astera.
Yeah, a lot of reptiles, a lot of Jagrases that just decided to give us an unwelcome invite. So we gotta go ahead and deal with that. But we don't have a weapon or armor. We'll get to that in a little bit.
Start by investigating the Jagras' habitat. Find out what makes them tick, and we'll go from there.
Right. We're on it, sir.
Everyone else, you know the drill. Make sure these hunters have everything they need.
Now we're talking!
You two, make it a priority to learn how we do things around here. You'll find good teachers, so don't be afraid to ask.
You heard him. Stick with me and you'll have no problems.
The Fifth's banner promises a change in the wind. It's your job to fulfill that promise. All right, dismissed.
All right, not even here a whole day and already got your first mission. You really are ready to get your hands dirty. Well, let's go look into this Jagras problem, but you'll need a
Over
weapon
here.
first. There's a box full of equipment you can use in your quarters. Come on, I'll show you the way. So, quarter area. First thing to get a weapon. the first major decision as a hunter. I know, it's not much.
We've placed some basic gear for you in that equipment box. Make sure to choose a weapon that suits you.
Anytime you see a box or a chest like this is basically where you can get everything. You can manage what items you have, you can sell what items you've collected or monster parts you've collected, you can sell any equipment that you don't need. But for now, we gotta change equipment. So the way that works is you have 5 armor slots, different armor pieces, and every single armor gives you defense, a little bit of resistance, and a skill. Since we're starting out, one of the better skills to actually have, speeds up gathering, prevents knockbacks when gathering. Having fast gathering speeds up immensely. We're gonna go with that. Next one, no skills here, so we're gonna go leather for the fire res. We're actually gonna need that a little bit later. Sure, leather gloves, chainmail belt, and trying to think of what monsters we'd be running into first. Actually, we're not gonna find much element, so I'm gonna go with chainmail here. Now, if you were to go ahead and use the Helm Alpha, you would have more health, more stamina, you recover more health, you have a chance of not getting as much damage as you should. Basically, you would have reduces stamina depletion by 50% if you were to run dash. 50% you have reduced damage. Let's see what else you would have. You'd also have plus 30% healing from items or other sources, and you would have plus 50 health permanently. And if you compare the defense to 50. So needless to say, if you're new and you're not sure how you're gonna fare up, definitely go with that. It'll get you started and good for monster fights, but I'm not gonna do that. Next up, you start with the Hunter's Knife. Sword and shield, very versatile. However, I'm not gonna use that. There are a whole bunch of other options that you could go and practice with, but in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and go with a good classic of mine, which is the bow. Yeah, I haven't really used the bow that much, and I want to change that, so here we go!
Want to get going?
Once you're ready, head to...
Thankfully, we got things good and going. Now you have access to armory and provision stockpile, grab what you need. Once you're done, go meet up with your handler in the canteen and sign up for a quest.
Handlers sort through the Research Commission's leads. And
So-
the ones they deem worth our attention become quests.
Hey!
Over here!
Again, another equipment box, and this is another way you can get quests, but we're not at that point yet. Let's go ahead and see what items we got. Ooh, nice weapon, buddy. I guess that means it's time to get hooked up with some supplies. We carry pretty much everything here you need, so if you're ever short on anything, I'm your guy. But as much as I'd love to take all your Zenny, it's still a good idea to gather as much as you can while in the field. Yeah, so we do have a currency in this game, and oh, we're already started out pretty nicely. Doing missions and selling items gets us Zenny or currency. And if we need something in a pinch, we can go ahead and buy it here. In the meantime, I'm actually gonna spend, the box. We have quite a bit of provisions already, but I'm just gonna go ahead, blow on trap tools. Now I do believe we're gonna have to get through the first mission. Yep, can't go to the Gathering Hub yet, but floor 3, and we're immediately here in the canteen, which is perfect.
Right on time.
So,
Oh, yeah.
first quest it is.
What are we waiting for? The new world awaits.
Just explained about quests, but assign quests. These are quests that progress the storyline. Optional quests. Those are quests that you can do to fight monsters or do favors for other NPCs that may give you quests. Investigations. If you found any monster tracks, you can go ahead and go after a specific monster and get even better rewards. Events. These are special quests that Capcom put out to give hunters a little bit of a challenge. You can get unique item rewards or a whole bunch of other rewards that you wouldn't normally get just for fun. And then special assignments, those we're gonna come into later. But for the most part, 7 Jagras. That's what we gotta go. And what the game is telling us here is a few things. First off, the departure window. This pretty much shows which hunters are ready, and you're going to be seeing it a lot. We could go out, but bad idea. The canteen is always where you should go. You could either do it out in the field or here. Oh, we can't actually do that. What about... Nope, we can't do that either. All right, I guess we're not eating. We're not eating, we're just going on a quest. Going to the canteen and getting food does give you a good buff, which I believe is up to 50% stamina and 50% health until you cart.
Let's do a quick review of quest rules. Rule number 1, complete the objective to complete the quest. Easy, right? Each quest has an objective. You can't consider the quest done until you complete that objective. Our current objective is to eliminate a specified number of Jagras. Let's check the map. We ran into some Jagras on the way to base. The small monsters, remember? I think we saw them somewhere around here. Want to check it out? Rule number 2. The Commission supplies us with a loadout of... They're in the supply box over there. Have a look and decide what you should take along.
Yeah, I'll do a little better job of explaining the assignments. They're always going to be on the upper right-hand side of what you need to do. Quest is over when that happens. See that little clock in the upper left? That is the timer. We have 50 minutes to do the objectives. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. It really depends.
Oh, yeah.
And anytime you go to
Hey, partner.
any handler, can you please? Anytime you go through a quest, always check this blue box here, because you will get first aid meds and easy rations. This restores stamina, this restores health, and it's a supply item, meaning you can use them for the mission, and that's really it. Once the mission is over, you don't get to keep them. Though, I will say, if you are looking, and this is something I should mention, if you're ever on a quest and you're not using a ranged weapon which requires ammo of any sort, just go ahead, pick it up, put it in your box, and then sell it. It's cheap and easy as any.
Want to get going?
Now, as I said, ammo. Because some weapons are ranged and some are melee. First off, our little field team leader here, using her greatsword. It's a giant sword. It doesn't require ammo. We're using the bow and arrow. It does require ammo. Or rather,
Ready your weapon
coatings
before
in this
attacking.
case.
Keep in mind that what you're able to do depends on whether or not your weapon is drawn. When you're investigating or gathering items, you'll generally want to keep your weapon sheathed.
I'll mark gathering sites and monster positions on
Game.
the wildlife map for you.
Let me explain. Oh my goodness. Okay, so, yep. Weapon, you press a button to draw your weapon out.
A ranged weapon you can charge. Focus on your distance while loosing arrows.
Oh my goodness. I love this game. It explains everything to you. But the problem is, for me, that's my job. Fine, I'll go ahead and come with. But yeah, one thing I should mention, if you don't have a bow, or rather if you have a weapon out, you can't
gather
run.
honey and mix it with a potion to make mega potions.
Oh my goodness. The game's really explained everything. I can't keep up with it. Things in the wild. You will collect them, you'll get items. If you have the necessary items to combine into other items, you go ahead. For example, a potion plus honey is a mega potion. In fact, if I go to crafting list over here, here's a selection of all the items that you can craft, what is needed for it, and a little checkbox off to the side if you want the game to automatically craft it. Just in case, it's a quality of life thing. Hot drinks, cool drinks, potion, mega potion, and antidote, those are already going, but I'll be perfectly honest, I want to turn this on, First Aid Med Plus. They'll upgrade our First Aid Meds, which act as potions, to effectively be mega potions. And I'd prefer to have those upgraded, and I use those instead of my own personal supply. A lot of explaining going on to this first thing, but one step at a time.
Over here!
A pack of Jagras. Those are the monsters we're after.
Yep.
Let's see how you hold up when you're on your own.
Okay, so for the bow, it's pretty easy. You draw it, you aim it, you fire it, and you deal damage. That's simple. It does take up stamina, so be careful. And the controls for this weapon are always going to be on the upper right-hand side of the screen, just in case. There's the arc shot, shooting upwards, rain down a volley of rocks. For me, I'm using, I believe it's Xbox controls, but I am playing this on PC. But it's pretty much the same. Bombos, button to dodge. I'll go ahead and use this. And there we go. Coatings for bows and arrows. This allows you to change the properties of your arrows. In this case, close range coating does more damage to monsters and enemies that are at close range. And we have an
They're on the
infinite
run.
amount of it.
Don't let them get away.
Okay,
Grab all
what
the monster materials you can. You can use them at the
Okay,
smithy.
I was not pressing that bumper. It's a little weird. Think I may have to check my controller. But into the Jagras
here.
Den.
Whoops.
Right. A little bit of environmental fireflies. Or flash
Use
flies.
whatever you can.
I know there's a lot
You can
going
switch
on.
to your slinger while aiming your weapon.
What the? Oh, no wonder I'm firing off prematurely. I didn't have any stamina. Okay.
Dodge their attacks. You don't want to take hits like that head on.
All right, there we go. This is working a lot better. I'll be honest, I could use a bit more stamina. There we go. Come on.
Keep it together, okay?
A little bit more. Just need a little bit more. All right, that's 7 Jagras down. Anytime you slay a
Let's head
monster,
home and
one
report
thing
back
you want
the
to
old
do,
man.
carve it and collect materials. This is how you get new armor. You do that with small monsters, you do that with big monsters. It's how you get new weapons, new armors, and we're gonna need a lot of it. Another thing that's shown up, mineral sites, like these, really good for armors and weapons again. And then bone piles, it's also for the same thing. Armors, some crafting recipes, and actually some item recipes require it. So let's go ahead and we can quickly find more items to grab before we're forced out. Here we go. Bone pile. Let's see what bones we can come up with. Small monster bone, small monster bone, small monster bone. Fine with me. Anytime you complete a mission, you get about a minute of free roam to go ahead and carve and collect the monster parts. And for completing quests, you get item rewards, as well as a completion time. Just in case you're going for a new personal best. And here we go. So we get through all this. That was our first mission, so
Good to see you.
worked out smooth. Fine work taking down those Jagras. So there's no difference in their habitat, but their numbers are increasing. Let's see. Maybe stating the obvious, but the Jagras aren't the only danger lurking around these parts. Let's receive reports of a Kestodon herd getting out of hand. This must be all because Azor Magros made landfall. He's got everything riled up. It's gonna be your job to quiet them down. We'd like to investigate this Kestodon herd and cut their numbers. I'm going along. Wouldn't want you to get hurt.
All right. Now that you've got some materials, why don't we head over to the smithy to see what you can do with them?
Now, what the? I believe at this point and forward. How did? One moment. You can now voice chat on. I'm keeping it off. Now we have the point where we can get daily logins. These are just little bonuses that you get when you log in daily. Now, who are you?
Hello.
We're ready to open a tavern and gathering hub in Celestial Pursuit. At the gathering hub, you can meet up with other hunters and embark on quests together. So this is the multiplayer function. Find the Celestial Pursuit, just look up, see that ship top stair, looks like steel, that's it. Or by taking the lift. So, yep, now we've unlocked the Gathering Hub. This is it. This is the Gathering Hub. A giant ship atop Astera. So, a few things I should mention. First off, the event manager. I'll be honest, this used to do something, now it's just a remnant of the past. And the reason it's a remnant is because, well, the event manager was for events that were currently being updated throughout the 2 years that this game was supported. And being updated by Capcom, it's 10 years, so they're not up to it. Arena quests.
We have a special quest today.
These quests test your might. You go up against a monster with a predetermined weapon set, and then you compete for a fast time. Sadly, a bunch of the leaderboard right now has a whole bunch of hacked and cheated times, and if you're trying to go for a leaderboard time, nah, you don't do that. But it's still good to go along and practice.
Welcome.
Next up, the Hub Blast. And this is basically just a request thing. We can post a new quest or join a quest. If anyone else is doing any quest, this is how you go ahead and do that. If you're responding to SOS quests, well, these are people who may have got in over their heads and used an SOS flare, which is an item that you can then connect to online servers and ask for help. Doesn't look like there's any at the moment. It only goes up for your preferences and what you can do. So if you're higher ranking and want to help out a new hunter, that's where you go. In the meantime, let's see what we got going on here. A few things we should mention. The player listings. First off, the name. That is the name of your hunter, along with what weapon you're using. HR, that is your hunter rank. The more you progress through the game, the higher that's going to be. Next up, your status. That's basically where you are and what you're currently doing. Online ID. Since this is the Steam version, that online ID is your Steam ID, or rather what you have as your Steam name, as well as a picture of your profile picture. Next up, primary group. If you've listed a primary group on your Steam page, then that's what shows up. On the online session info, if you want someone else to come and join in, basically, you got the amount of members, online session ID. That is how other players are able to join in on you. And down below is just some preferences that you can set up. But that is basically it to the Astera thing. And already we have a joiner. I'd like to introduce to you Nullvox. Even though I'm recording this for a YouTube video, this is someone who helps on stream. And we're gonna be doing a few missions together, just for the stream. He's currently at the highest point, so you're gonna see how big of a difference it makes. First off, optional quests. Do we have... No, we did all optional quests, so now we have to do... Huh. I think I gotta go back down. Right, I gotta go back down and get the next main quest. That's... Yep. That is what needs to be done.
Alright, now that you've got some materials, why don't we head over to the smithy to see what you can do with them?
There you are, Fiver.
I'll give you some materials as a welcome present. Use them to upgrade your equipment. So where are we hammering this time? Yep, so he just gave us a freebie. Here's how the way it works. Forge new equipment, you forge new stuff, upgrade. You upgrade your current stuff, which is what we're gonna do. Can we upgrade our bow? That is the question. Ah, here we go. The upgrade tree shows you which path you can take for upgrading. And I think for now, I'm just going to do that. Probably should have played that animation, but we're gonna see that lots of times from here now. So it looks like to get to the next part, we need iron ore and some other ores, which we don't have. These be monster parts, and we don't know what monster that is. And those are more monster parts, and we can't access that. More monster parts, more monster parts, more monster parts. We're not gonna be able to see what we need until we've unlock the item first. Also, defender weapons are high-powered weapons that can be used for give you a little bit of a boost. Like, I'm not using the whatever you call it. Yep, I'm not going to be using the Guardian armor, and I'm not going to be using any of the Defender weapons, because they do give you a little bit of a boost, but for me, that's a bit too much. So that's upgrading weapons. Upgrading armor, on the other hand, is different. You need something called armor spheres, and it just so happens we have two. Now, at the moment, I'm just going to be upgrading this 2 levels. It is the only armor with a skill. And this is a really good start to begin with. When we forge equipment, so many tutorials. If we want to say forge some new armor, let's see what options we got. Yep, and Would you look at that? The Jagras armor, or the Jagras materials that we got, needed for this hunter stuff. So let's see what we can get. Slinger capacity up, increases ammo in our slinger capacity. That's gonna get something we're gonna get into later. Stealth makes it slightly easier for monsters to lose sight of you. Can be good in a pinch. Increases the scout fly's fill gauge. That's something we'll get into later. Improves your skill at cooking meat. This is a really good one to have, especially this early. Let's go ahead, get those, and you know what? Why not? Let's just get as much hunter armor as we can get, and that's it. Next up, if we find bones and get rid of those Kestodons, we'll be able to get some pretty good stuff as well with the bone armor. It's not much, but hey, you gotta start somewhere. Can't forget about our little buddy, now can we? Oh, yes we can, because we don't have enough research points. But this is how you upgrade your little K-Cat's armor. Alright, let's see what you have.
Greetings.
The airship engineer with the second fleet, work on flying machines, airships, what have you. I'm sure you're curious about why I haven't met a member of the third yet? That's because they've all been stranded for years. It wasn't long after scholars from the third landed before they insisted upon crossing the Great Ravine. So they got their ship converted into an airship, and off they went. It was going well until just after they crossed the ravine, a flying monster attacked their airship and grounded them. Sure, they were reckless to go, but seeing as I'm the man who put them in the air, I can't help but feel partly responsible for it all. Ever since then, I've been working on making a better airship, one that we could use to go rescue them. But between the New World's nasty weather and the strong winds rolling down the ravine, it's been one failure after another. Still, you wouldn't catch me calling it quits. Interesting bit of lore. Alright, looks like we gotta talk with the handler. But yes, out of all of the fleets, we're the fifth. So 5 fleets came to this island, and it sounds like the third one went to explore, and they're not around here. How about we go start searching the ancient forest and go from there? Got some good news. Handlers post all leads. We end up on the quest board. Yep, shows.
You can pick up quests from the quest board too.
Yep, so it's not just the handler we can go to.
It lists the same quest that I've got, so don't worry about having to check 2 places.
Yeah, it's just 2 additional points. That way we don't have to go to her every single time.
We're on the hunt.
So let's go ahead. Post a new quest. Assign quest. Kestodon Kerfuffle. And this is talking about quest vouchers. And these are one-time use things that you can get more random drops and double the mine reward. I'm not going to use them at the moment, but let's go ahead and get things started. And right. I spent all our money and all our points. So we still can't use that. Darn. Now, I will say, whenever you're doing a new mission, even though it said 4 players can join, and here it says 1 of 1 players, that means there's a cutscene that the player who's starting the quest has to watch before other players can join.
Okay, our job is to cull a certain number of Kestodon. Recently, their numbers have been getting out of hand.
Want to get going?
Alright, so first off, Kestodon. They're, these things.
There
right
we are.
Here.
Those, my friend, are Kestodon. Let's see you take him out on your own. Huh.
There we go.
Be careful.
Oh, darn. Okay, it looks like we gotta get rid of 5 females and 3 males. The males are bigger and have bigger front plates. The females are smaller and they don't have big front plates. I'll be honest, the bow is probably one of the harder weapons to go ahead and get a start with. So I'm pretty sure after we get with the bow, I'll swap over to sword and shield and then show you what you can really do with it. Because honestly, the bow is more of a support weapon. Oh, wait, that's something you can do. You can just charge, side dodge, and then melee. That actually does quite a bit of damage.
Not bad.
Didn't realize. Alright, well that's the first Chalcedon.
Alright, let's look for another group. The Castodon are the least of your worries. There are a lot bigger monsters lurking in this forest. The endemic life around here can come in handy during a hunt. Try to learn as much as you can about them.
Ah, so up there is the Astera Gathering Hub. Yep. Alright, so speaking of endemic life, one thing you can do, take a capture net, aim, and fire! I caught myself a bird! Yeah, if you see any creatures around for any reason, whether it be like a birds or bugs or heck, even fish, you can just go ahead, use the net, and you can capture quite a bit. So let's go ahead and try and get through these. Can't believe I'm saying this, but one of the better ways to use the bow is to go melee. Who'd have thought? Alright, low on stamina. We're gonna go ahead and get that charged up. Get some good stuff there. Oh, there we go. And that was the arc shot, and what the arc shot does is it's basically a column of high stunning. But it doesn't really do much for damage. Alright, they're getting a little feisty. Gosh. Come on. Okay, kind of forgot how tough Castodon are. Just need that male. Let's see if that does anything. we got something. Alright, that's all the females. And that male is still...
Good work. That just about wraps up our work here.
There we go.
Hey, come here. I think I found something.
Some materials here and there, and we're gonna get to it. Oh, Kestodon scalp. Beautiful. I think those only come from the males. All right, field expert, what have you got?
Here. Look at those Kestodon. Something's up with them.
Yep, and there we go. Oh, they beautiful. This is great, Jagras.
Gotcha! All right, partner. New assignment incoming. Take down that Great Jagras. If you're not ready, you can return to base and take on the Great Jagras quest later.
Want to get going?
So, here we go. Now we're able to take down Great Jagras. Also,
A social hunter is a smart hunter. Remember to exchange guild cards with your peers.
oh my
If you
goodness.
need to call your friends for help, go to the menu and select SOS Flare to signal them. And you're going to need friends when you go up against some of the tougher monsters. In order for the scout flies to better track a target monster, we need to keep finding traces of it. Like footprints, for example.
Okay, there is so much I need to go over. So first off, the whole join thing. That means other people are able to join the quest and help you out. Quest difficulty adjusted. If more people go on the hunt, then that basically means, well, the monster gets a little bit tougher, but it's worth it, trust me. Next up, these track marks.
Good. You're turning up a lot of clues.
If you collect a whole bunch of track marks, then hey, you get a path for where the monster's leading to. Really helpful. Plus, it gives you a free point, so always be sure to pick up monsters. And the more you collect, the more that you can go ahead and just eventually see where the monsters are on the map 24/7. So you do a lot of tracking and you do a lot of work. Now, I do believe... yeah, I'm low on health. Now, if you're a newer hunter, I would definitely recommend you just stray away from doing this quest until you go back and get some items. But since I have a little helper here, we're just going to take it on now.
You're less likely to lose sight of a monster if you use the focus camera.
So something I should mention a little bit in advance. There's a lot you're gonna be seeing that I haven't really gone over. Excuse me, I got a little bit of congested nose going on.
Watch out when a monster's enraged. It's better to hold off on your claw until things calm down a bit.
Oh boy.
Okay.
The
Oh,
monster's really mad now. Be ready for some vicious attacks.
I did something I
Keep a close
shouldn't
eye
have
on your
done.
stamina. Grappling onto a monster will burn through it in a hurry.
I know there's gonna be a lot to
You can move
explain.
around while grappled to a monster.
Oh my
It'll
goodness.
burn through your stamina.
Game, please. Okay, let me get some ammo.
You can use that as slinger ammo. Great for
Aim
getting
it.
a monster.
And that was insanely fast. So I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I'm going to save this, and then later I'm gonna come back and do it solo. You hit me, you die. Trust me, I'm doing this for the stream, and it. I don't. Words are hard. Future me, edit in a solo attempt of going with Great Jagras with the bow and arrow with this exact set, please. Thank you in advance. Right. Gotta carve it. I only got 2 cards. If you're fast, you can get around 4, but I was so focused on the words, I didn't know what to do.
I think we got a lead.
Ooh, feathers.
Maybe. Let's check it out.
Got some feathers. Oh, there goes the scout flight. Ooh. Tree
Hey.
Oh no. Say hello to our second large monster, Puke
Oh,
Puke.
you were right. There's our mark. Something's got him agitated.
That might be it.
Look over there.
A chunk
What
of
the
Zora
heck is
Magdaros.
that? I've never seen anything like it.
You think it's from Zora Magdaros?
I'd like to find out. But we better report back first. All right?
Alright. So, we did the Kestodon, and we also did the Great Jagras. Knocked out 2 quests in 1, and that took 8 minutes and 50 seconds. With help, of course. Oh, there we go. Earn the rate to take on 2-star assignments and complete a quest via multiplayer. Alright. For this, I'm probably only gonna go up to when we get into Master Rank. Only for the case of I want this to be a little bit of a new hunter's guide. And then once we officially complete the first Master Rank quest, I'll be going back into streaming on my regular main account. Just in case. So, you think you found something that'll lead to Zora? Well, I'd send some researchers right out now, but not with a pissed off Puke hanging around. It's pretty deep in the forest. We're quick to take her on. Once our team and resource center is done rebuilding the forest camp, once it's ready, we make our move. Until then, we do everything we can to help get the camp up and running. Let's get to it. Yeah, that's something I should mention.
Once the camp is set up, you can go after that Puke.
I wonder where the resource center is.
Oh my god. So, every single area has multiple campsites. Even if you don't think it does, it has multiple campsites. But for now, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be swapping out the iron bow and giving a little bit of love to the hunter's knife. The good old sword and shield. Versatile, and it's probably what I should have been using at the start. Alright, so over here's the resource center that we gotta go to.
Oh, you are too good to me.
Well, Fiverr, is it true you're going to help us rebuild the camp? That's an excellent news. Hope you're as good as they say you are, excuse me. If so, we have plenty of work for you. After all, the commission studies lots of things, not just the Elder Dragon you came here with. Maintaining and improving the base is a full plate of tasks in itself. Can't study anything without proper HQ after all. The resource center here is in charge of divvying up all the work and making sure it gets done. So back to business. Your job is to establish camp. Go on an expedition in the ancient forest, find a viable campsite, and make sure it's safe. If any monsters have decided to do any camping in your spot, you'll need to chase them off.
Don't let me down.
Got it? The bounty is for establishing the camp. Oh, this is what we have. Bounties. Come here frequently. Trust me, it will help. We got the Resource Center. Resource Center oversees research requests and manages resources required for their investigations. All right. Now, I believe if we have other bounties that we need to do, let's see what we have. Quest in the Ancient Forest, we'll be doing that. Gather mushrooms 7 times, we'll do. Gather honey 3 times, no brainer. Flora, slay 16 small monsters, and then collect insects 5 times. Anything registered is just 4 fun side quests. Rebuild an ancient forest camp, that's what that got. And then investigations. We don't have any at the moment, but those investigations quests that I said about a little bit earlier, there we go.
Okay, let's get this expedition underway. Meet me at the gate.
Let's see what kind of items we got. So first off, no, let's store these. Store those. Fine with that. We actually don't need these or that anymore.
You can embark on an expedition just by heading out through the gate. Or you can use the world map. Whatever's easiest for you.
Alright, so now we have to do a little bit of expeditioning. Could go
Right
to the
now,
gate here, like
we're in
you said,
Astera.
or
If you want to go on an expedition,
we pull up
open
the
your
map.
world map and choose your destination. For this expedition, we need to head to
Oh
the
my
ancient
goodness.
forest. We can
There's so
expand
much
expeditions as we go further
explaining.
into the new world.
let me
Pretty good incentive to explore, right?
So opening the map is the same button that I use for the regular map area. And we have the Ancient Forest. Great Jagras, Anjanath, and something else. Locale info. Flourishing flower beds, which means if we find flower bed areas, it's gonna give us some additional stuff. Which is good. And then with this expedition, because it's different than a
Let's
quest.
look for the campsite.
Oh my goodness. Thank you,
If
Handler.
I get to the campsite first,
Oh my
or if
goodness.
you're lost, open up your map or use your scout flies to track me.
Game, let me please
Whenever you
explain.
leave the base without signing up for a quest, you'll go on an expedition. There's no time limit or cap on how many times you're allowed to faint, which means you can explore to your heart's content.
My goodness, game. Yes. We have no time limit. That is what I wanted to say. We have no time limit. So let's go ahead, see if we can go ahead and get these. Nope. Come on. It doesn't look like we're gonna get those rabbit folks. Alright, old footprint. Not sure where that goes.
Now this is interesting. Let's report our findings to everyone at the resource center when we get back.
Yep, there we go. So because we investigated some footprints, we now have an investigation quest. Let's see what we can do and what we got here.
Over here.
Ooh. Oh, sir.
Hello.
I'm a researcher with the Commission. My field is the Grimalkis. Yes, the Grimalkis. They're a type of Linian that are native to the New World. I wish to communicate with them and learn their lingo. With these Peaky old bones just can't keep up with the flighty little chaps. Perhaps you could be a bit of help. You could chase after them and track them down in time and say, you say I'll be doing an old man a favor. So helping this guy out is going to give our Palico some additional tools later on. We're not going to go for those yet, but they are going to be of great service. I say we're not going to go after them, and I immediately go for the
You can assign a
doodles.
target destination for your scout flies on the map.
Oh my goodness. Oh, here we go. New type of items. Supply items are going to be gone at the end of a quest. Account items are items whose sole purpose is to trade for points. Hey, is that a colony? Yoink.
Huh?
Wait, hold on a sec. Did I get a gold crown small and a gold crown large within the same net capture? That is nuts. Wait, hold on, let me check though. Let me check. Hunter's Notes, Endemic Life. Well, that's the highlight of this one. Every endemic life and every single monster life records its size. And you can get achievements if you get Gold Crown Smalls, which is the smallest it can be, and Gold Crown Large, which is the largest it can be. It seems like I knocked out the things for the ants entirely. That is quite comical. Hey, I've never had that happen. Oh, no. Here we go with some bones. Here we go. Ancient bones. I believe we needed those at some point. And these fish monsters here.
The Sword and Shield is a close-range weapon set that focuses on agility and dodging. It's great for beginners. You can use the slinger with your weapon drawn. Look for the perfect moment, then fire.
Alright, so here we go. Yeah, Sword and Shield, as you can see, a lot faster than the bow and arrow. And stamina is only really used for two things. First one is dodging around, which I was doing like crazy, and the second one is guarding. We're gonna be seeing that a little bit with the larger monsters, but for now, we're not gonna see it. Another thing you notice is, as opposed to the bow which we had, we now have a little sword under our health and stamina in the upper left. That is our sharpness meter. Basically, our damage multiplier for the weapon. Oh, hi buddy. Let me get this cute little frog. That was an endemic life that could have helped us out, but, I mean, might as well capture it and just get some easy solid points. It doesn't hurt. There we go. Small size, looking good. And footprints. I guess there's some footprints around here. Yep, footprints here. Got the bird. The Revolture. Oh, there we go. Mucus. Oh.
You can use that as slinger
Oh, that's
ammo.
not good.
Great for getting a monster's attention or creating a distraction.
Okay, that's an Anjanath, and we are not going to be dealing with it just yet. We technically could to get some really good armor early on, but you shouldn't do that. If you're a new hunter, avoid it like the plague until you need to. Now, I know I'm roaming around quite a bit, but it's an expedition, and you really should
If
be
you're clever,
doing that.
you can use the slinger to distract monsters.
Wait, that's not a thing? Okay. Shoot. Okay, but the Wiggly Lychee, it gives us unlimited stamina for quite a bit of time. Hello, Jagras. Actually, I think I will show off the block. As you can see, we don't take damage.
Dodge their attacks. Don't forget, you can guard too.
Oh, yep, there we go. So the thing about guarding is, instead of taking damage, we just lose a chunk of stamina. Now, something I should mention, it's a chunk. It's not continuous stamina depletion, and the game does track it differently. That's why I'm making a little bit of an effort to point it out. Now, one thing you will notice, Fire Slinger is holding down the left trigger and then using the right trigger. It's how I've been firing the net. However, one thing I will just say at the moment, you may know something else. Claw Shot. That's only if you have the Iceborne expansion, because it adds a different thing to the Clutch Claw. Or, it adds a mechanic to the Slinger called the Clutch Claw, which is really good with handling large monsters, as well as a few other things. I'll try not to use it during the basics here. Like, I'll try not to use it. You're supposed to unlock it after you've completed... Well, I don't know when you're supposed to unlock it. I guess I've unlocked it now, but... The point being... You might not have the DLC, and if you don't have the DLC, I don't want to create a guide where you need that DLC. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a few items here and there. If anything happens, I'll include it in the recording. But for those on the live stream, you're gonna have to suffer with me. I know, the life of a YouTuber. And by suffer, I mean just walk around for a little bit, get items, and we'll see how it goes. It's just gonna be bone piles, mineral piles, and capturing a few endemic life with the net. If anything interesting happens, you'll see it on the video. Oh, it's right there. Hang on a sec. What's that green dot? Oh my god. My game didn't send the message, but what it said was good luck with stream, and for those watching, subscribe. Yes, I really should be plugging. If you are... I'll plug it during the individual videos themselves, but for those liking the stream, and if you like the idea of me going through the game again, giving you a step-by-step guide of what you probably should be doing, or what the best ways to counter the early game of Monster Hunter is, yeah, definitely be sure to subscribe. I am way too high up to follow this guy. It's okay, we all make mistakes. Even though I have a bunch of time on this game, I still make the basic of mistakes. We got Ivy, we got Honey. Oh, Thunderbug. We could collect it, or... we could use the net. It doesn't change things, but it's something. Oh, here we go. Here's the flower beds we were talking about. Ooh, Nullberry. Really good to have. Okay, so I decided to make my way to the top of the tree, and I do believe, unless I'm not able to, I think we may have found our campsite. Yeah, no, I'm on a tree limb. I'm saying, hey, we may have found our new campsite. What, am I crazy? And...
I think we could build the camp here. Let's ask the head honchos.
No, I'm not crazy. I just found ourselves a new campsite. Now, yes, there are multiple places for the campsite, and this is not the one we are supposed to go to. But they asked for a campsite, and we're going to a potential campsite. Are these doodles? Oh, there's something. I've seen that before. Right, I'm not in Iceborne, so I haven't unlocked the camera. At least the camera item, I think. Now, I believe if I go ahead and use the net here, no? I thought I could capture bees. Can I not capture bees? I guess I can't capture bees.
Over here.
By some miracle, I cannot capture the bees after collecting honey. Maybe if I talk to the bees nicely, I can get them into my net. Excuse me, good bees. You like jazz? They do not like jazz. Alright, game, you've convinced me. Let's actually go to... Okay, come on. Here we go. Whee! No fall damage. Ooh. Bigger wasp. For the collection. Oh my.
Over here.
Alright, here we are at the team leader. And let's go up and see this new campsite. Seems good. Promising. Well, that's an issue. Hey, buddy. Okay, big issue.
Well, if we don't take care of that pest, the camp won't last a night.
Oh, yeah.
The monster is called a Kulu-Yaku, or better known as the pain in my rear. Bird-brained bandit. I'm not gonna lie, chickens are smarter than this creature. But since we have to go after him...
Return to base from an expedition.
We have to go after
Open the
him.
wildlife map and switch to the world map. Then select Astera.
Your stamina cap has dropped. Eat some well-done steak to restore it to max.
Alright, so we could go ahead, go back to Astera, gear up, and then do all that stuff. We could, or we could stick around here and use the fact that we just straight up have unlimited carting potential and feints, and that's what I'm gonna do instead. So let's go ahead take care of that bird brain. After getting some mushrooms. In fact, ooh, here's something. Bone pile. Can I get some good stuff? Please? Good stuff, please? It's good enough. Oh, more mushrooms here. Once we come out of this expedition, we are going to be loaded. So definitely take the time and take your own time to get a whole bunch of stuff. Hi, Firefly. Into my collection. The almond fly. Emit light from their tails. They usually glow white, but they will glow red when in danger. Another almond fly. There's that bird. Scusi, Senor Birdbrain. Now, one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see if I can use my shield to bash the head. And the reason for that is every single monster, if you use a blunt object, like the shield in this case, or even if you choose the hammer, we'll just go ahead and, oh, well, we're not gonna go ahead now. There we go. There's the use of the shield. Another use of the shield. And actually, I should show a good use of the sword and shield. Where, if I guard, I can then use an item.
Dodge their attacks. Don't forget you can guard, too.
Thank you, game. Thank you. But yes, if you guard, you can then use an item on the fly. This is the only weapon that's able to do that, have that luxury. So that is good to know. Let's go ahead and get our stamina boost and see what we can do about getting this guy. Oh, looks like we got some Custodons. Now let me see.
Land your claw on a monster to grapple to it.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. It wants me to do that, but we can't. Also, because of the rock, you're gonna find out something annoying. He likes to use that thing as a makeshift shield, which means your attacks will get deflected. It is very annoying and harmful to sharpness. So, try to avoid that. Okay, we're just gonna guard. Slinger ammo, so let's see what I can do with that. Oh, hi, Great Jagras.
Yeah, you've mounted the monster. Now's your chance to topple it.
Okay, so what I did was I jumped in the air and I attacked from the air, which meant I got on top of the monster. This means I can go ahead and attack it, and if it gets frustrated, I just brace. And doing so allows me to get a boatload of damage in.
Okay, it's down. Now's your chance to get in there and tear it up.
And allows it to get down. Sadly, we do have a little bit of a Great Jagras holding us, so we can't really do much. In fact, this may be a little bit difficult. Oh. White shiny object on the ground means free material. It could be a free monster part, or it could be, well, in this case, a free monster part again. It's not too bad. Usually throughout this game, you are going to have multiple monsters going at the same time. There's an item that will help us to make sure that doesn't happen, but we're not going to be getting that yet. Let me go over here, go over to the whetstone. And as you can see, our sharpness is kind of low. They'll bring it back up. Good mine outcrop. Ooh, Macalite ore. Perfect. Actually, while I'm here, let's go ahead
Timing is everything. The color of the meat and the song are clues. Nice! That looks so tasty.
There we go. So barbecue spit, if you have any raw meat from any situation, usually they're dealt by herbivores, you'd be able to cook them. Get your timing right, and you get a well-done steak. Now, the timing sometimes is strict, but if you remember the hunter's pants that I got early on, back in the last episode, I believe. Well, last episode for recording, but for stream it's the same thing, but you get the idea. It makes the timing less strict. Highly recommend it, and it's good. Now, what we get is well-done steak, which will heal our stamina bar more than a ration, though the eating time is a little bit longer. So worth it, though. Oh, spider web. Useful on that. And we're good on ammo there. Is the Kuluyaku here? Oh, yes he is. Jump! Slash. That's another thing with the sword and shield. Hold yourself back. Get a strike in. That didn't work. But if I did, could get either a good slicing attack on it or a bashing attack to stun it, which I want to see if I can get stun on. Ooh, part's broken. If you damage a monster part enough, the part will break, meaning it becomes a little bit weaker. Nope, nope. Let's get right here.
Look out! Your health is low. Keep your distance and use a potion.
Yeah, okay, seriously? Alright, well that's the first Palico tool that happened. You little stinker. What would have happened is a bigger wasp. And what that would have done is the Palico automatically healing us. Yeah, well, like that. Like that, after I drink a Mega Potion. Thank you, Palico. Palico means, well, it's a good source of healing. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. That was 2 cases of it not working. First one being, it just randomly decided to not go. And the second one being, heal some down, partner, and you already healed. So it's like, dude, what the heck? But yeah. Starting Palico tool, heals us. Definitely one of the better ones to have. Even if you don't swap off if you don't swap off of it, you're still gonna be in good hands. I do prefer the other options that the Palico can have later on, but for starters, it's solid. Alright, now where's that Kuluyaku? Now here we go up. Oh, yep, there's that Omen fly with the tail turning red because it's in danger. I know why. Because we got this thing. Oh, if you look on the main map, you should see like a little icon of a head. And the fact that the monster's walking around a little bit tired. That's because it's hungry. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Hi, Anjanath. We do not want to deal with you. Hey, remember that thing I said about hiding in the bushes? Can I find a bush? 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 Can I not get spotted? Can I not get spotted? Can I find a bush, please? Game! Bush! Let me find it! That's not big enough. That's not big enough. Where bush? Where bush? Where bush? There bush. Here bush. Crouch
Good.
bush.
You're well hidden. Hopefully this does the trick.
Oh, okay. If ever you find a big monster in the area that you don't want to deal with and you don't know how to handle, this is how you do it. You can be stealthy, and it works. Nope, we go here, and look at the Jaggers. He doesn't know where
now's
we
your
are.
chance. Hurry up before you get noticed again.
The Great Jaggers doesn't notice us. Or rather, the Kuluyaku. Trying to figure out where we are. The good news is we're not spotted. We're not spotted. We're not spotted. Wait, were we spotted? No, he's leaving the area. Wait, Kuluyaku material? Because two monsters skirmished? Which, by the way, if two monsters are fighting near each other, that does do damage to them. However, the monster pairs that usually tend to scuffle for territory, Kuluyaku does not scuffle with Anjanath or Great Jaggers, I believe. So definitely a little bit of a letdown. Oh, there we go. Come here, you bird brain. Should probably show off what the lock-on targeting is. It just makes it so that the monster is the center of attention. If you don't like the monster's position to, you can hit the lock-on again and lock on to a different one. Oh, there we go. Let's see if I can shield dash. Fights do tend to take a while, but even though we're doing like maybe 10 damage a hit, this guy only has like, I don't know, 900 health, something like that. So it's not too bad. Which again is just, it's adjusted for difficulty, so it's bad. Ooh, new ammo. Scatter Nut.
You can use Scatter Nut as slinger ammo.
Slinger ammo that explodes on impact,
monsters.
used to stagger a monster when you're in a pinch. This is going to be really good against Kuluyaku, because I believe if you stagger him while he's holding the rock, he drops the rock, which is good. So believe it or not, if you find nuts in the woods, keep hold of them, because you'll never know when you're gonna need to chuck it at a monster. Don't actually do this for wild animals if you're going on a wilderness hike. It is not the best. So, yep, like that. Good staggering. Combos in. Barely missed. Oh, this dust cloud here actually works the same as confusing the monster in hiding, which means you could probably get a few good hits. Or at least let the monster lose that.
Your weapon is losing its sharpness. Create some distance and use a whetstone.
Oh, yep, okay. So because that yellow bar depleted, we're now down to an orange bar, meaning our attack damage gets even worse. Definitely sharpen if you get to orange. Later on, your sharpnesses will be up to green, then blue, then white, and even very, very late game, you can even get up to purple. But definitely keeping your sharpness up at the highest stage possible is what you should do. But once you get later on, you shouldn't really let go past green. Well, now as you can see, this Kulu-Ya-Ku seems to be limping. It doesn't seem to be walking around right, and it's got a skull over its head. This means it is weak. So weak that if we had something like a trap, we would be able to capture it for, research purposes instead of slaying it. Capturing monsters is something we're gonna have to worry about later because we don't have traps and we don't have a way to effectively trap a monster. So put that on the back burner for your hunters, but this is a good way to know that your monster is almost down. But hold on, don't follow it just yet. For one specific reason. One specific reason indeed. Did I wait enough? Ah, shoot, I didn't wait long enough. If I waited long enough, certain monsters go to certain areas to fall asleep. And if a monster is asleep, the next damage that they take will be double damage. In fact, let's see if I can loosely follow the Kulu-Ya-Ku to make sure it falls asleep. Hello, buddy. Yoo-hoo. Up there. Doesn't notice us yet. We still have some more doodles. It's definitely nighttime, and no, he's not asleep yet. Are you trying to make his bed or something? We'll get in our time. Here we go. Stun him. Stagger him. Not quite. There we go. A good shield bash. Our shield bash in. And he was a bit too far away. Nope, not quite. Oh. There we go. A nut to stagger and instantly drop the rock. So if you find a nut, hang on to it. Because clearly, that's one of the better options to find this guy. Okay, oh boy. So, That's an interesting
Taking hits
condition.
like that repeatedly will stun you, meaning you won't be able to move.
Yeah, we took quite a bit of a beating, which means we got stuck. Wait, what the? Did he just straight up open this pathway? All right then, I didn't realize that pathway could open. Where the rock? No, dodge out of the way.
Nice job hunting the Kuluyaku. Select Astera from the world map so we can go home.
There we go. And we got rid of him. So, let's go ahead, get some materials from him. We got the hide. We got the scale. Do we get anything else? No, just those. We also have large doodles and small doodles and more small doodles and some bones. Oh, and a broken egg. Broken egg is an egg that a Kuluyaku stole and then just broke. Way to go, buddy. You steal from everyone and everything. Now, before we head back out, there is one other place of note. And that is right up here. You go up here, you go through this area right here, and bada bing, bada
We could
boom,
build the camp here.
we got a
Let's
new
ask the head
campsite.
honchos. Your wildlife map keeps track of where you are and where the scout flies are taking you. You can also use it to keep tabs on monsters.
So we do have one area over here that we did not go to. However, we have one campsite over here, and if we go ahead and go up, campsite over here, which we come from this area here, which came from here, which came from here, which went around about there. It's kind of hard to follow, but any type of these arrow points, like right where my marker is there, that means a sudden elevation up or down. So we got like a sudden elevation here, here, sudden elevation there. And the best part is, when we're not in combat, you're able to fast travel to any camp you've unlocked and established, which is gonna be good later on. So, handler. We got two things. Claim rewards. We can't really do that. Earn the expedition. But claiming rewards just means if you've hunted a few monsters during an expedition and you want to cash in those items, you can go ahead and then do that and then keep going onward. However, for now, these are what we got. There we go. The Kuluyaku plume. This is one of the few items that I wanted, as well as the beak. Obtained by breaking its head, which is pretty much what I was hoping to get, and then the plume is just a rare drop. Take those items. Talicos can also gather items, and we got that. The monsters we hunted and the Edenic life we found, and items, give all that. Talico level increased, we got that. And then Shine Bloom to the ingredient list for delivering Shine Blooms. Yes, items that we find throughout expeditions and certain account items give you more ingredients for cooking, which we haven't eaten any food yet, but it gives you more.
Magnifique.
Thanks for making sure the campsite is safe. We went ahead and got the camp all set up. It's yours to use as you like.
Don't let me down.
And now that I know that what you're made of, Fiverr, I hope I can talk to you into taking jobs from me from now on. Now, we did get the camp in Area 11 from the Kuyaku. However...
Come back soon.
Here we go, delivery quests.
Thank you, thank you.
No, not you. I guess we did get a lot done, so we're getting on that. But here we go. Deliveries. Anytime we have a delivery, we go ahead through that. These deliveries are going to be needed for campsites. So Iron Ore and Ancient Bones gives us another campsite. And 1 Mega Potion and Research Points gives us another menu option. Now, we don't have the Monster Bones or Anjanath Pelt needed for the campsite in Area 17. I believe that is the one with treetops. But on the bright side, we have it unlocked. Now, the investigations that we had. Here's what we have. Special challenges. So for this one, capture Great Jagras. This is a capture quest. I will be getting that because it's got a gold item slot. Bronze item slots are common items, silver are uncommon items, and gold are the rare items that usually require specific drops. But that is going to be what we're going for. And I'm actually going to take this Vespoid one because insects are hard to get. We do have to speak with the commander eventually, but I would like to go to the workshop to see what other options we have for armor and weapon crafting. So, let's see what we got. You making use of the Clutch Claw, Hunter? Your slinger's a lot more than just a P-Sure these days. Perfect for taking the fight to a monster. Grapple onto the beast. Okay, so this is Iceborne stuff. And he does give you a specific quest for you to learn it and practice with it. I'm not going to be doing that, but if you have the Iceborne DLC, you will in fact unlock this. So, let's see what armor we got. The Kuyaku armor, this is what we need the plume for, and we get Fire Res. Increases Fire Res at higher levels, and you know what? I'm going to take this. I'm not going to equip it now. Probably should. Pro Transporter increases movement speed while transporting items, reduces downtime on landings. This is also good to have on, because there are certain... I'll be doing this later, but monster egg or monster material transporting will require you to be fast. Pro Transporter, that helps a lot. Critical Eye, ooh. This increases our affinity of weapons, and what affinity is it's the chance for your weapons and attacks to deal 30% more damage. So if you did 10 damage on a critical hit, it would be 13. Currently, our critical hit chance is 0. If we had this, it would increase it to 5. But let's see what else we could got. Jagras, Speed Crawler, okay. Fortify. Temporarily increases your attack and defense every time you faint up to 2 times. So basically, if you run out of health and you faint, this will give you a little bit of attack and defense boost. Palico Rally increases the damage your Palico does. We're not going to be needing that. Intimidator discourages monsters from engaging with you even if you've been spotted. It just means small monsters won't get on your back most of the time. And to be honest, I think that, well, I don't know, attack boost? Or the fact I don't have to worry about small monsters. I'm actually going to go with a bone. I'm going to equip it. Affinity Sliding. This one's weird. But basically, if you are running downhill, you don't run downhill, you slide downhill. And when you are sliding downhill, you increase your critical hit chance by 30% for a short time, probably about like 12 seconds. One thing I'm gonna have to do, well, actually, no, I want the Kulu headpiece. I would like to get that headpiece. Suntown, not bad. Monstro, not bad. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. But if we go to weapons... Actually, no, let's go ahead and upgrade our hunter's knife to this. Now, we could upgrade to this, or this, but remember that Puke Puke? This is what a Puke Puke Sword and Shield will be when we get that. And I want that for a future monster fight. But for now, that is all the time that we have for this stream. So I do hope you enjoyed it. I will be coming back to this eventually. One thing I should do is I'm just gonna go ahead and do that for one specific reason, and that reason is I'm eventually gonna have to redo the Jagras fight for the YouTube recording. However, if we go to the trade yard and go back into our quarters area, I do believe if we talk to this housekeeper, we get a few things. First off, add-on bonuses if we have any add-on content, which I technically do, but I don't know if that happens or not. Handler's outfit. These are additional outfits your handler can wear if you have certain DLCs. Okay, I would technically keep her in this one, because that is just interesting. However, these outfits, a lot of them are holiday-based and event-based. So if there's an event going on in Monster Hunter World, which they still rotate out, believe it or not, we'll see him there. How you doing, Palco? Palco status. Either deployed, which means he hunts alongside you, or standby, which he doesn't. Always put your Palco on deploy. It is needed. Vigor Wasp Spray. This is the gadget that the Palco has. And that's the one where you could get more of. But let's go ahead, and I believe resting... No, resting doesn't work. Okay, how do I change the animals in here? I believe there's a way to do that. Not through YouTube. I believe it's through the housekeeper. Here we go. Place your pets. So all the endemic wildlife that we decided to go ahead and capture, well, now we can go ahead and keep them, which basically means this. We got 3 frogs. If we go on the bed and press to feed. Come here, froggy. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah, come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. There you go. Whoa. Maybe I should stop playing with these things. Yeah, that would have paralyzed a monster, so I can only imagine what it does to us, and, oh, okay, oh boy. Yep, my leg's starting to get numb, probably because of the frog, so before my whole body decides to paralyze up, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna end the stream and probably contact Monster Hunter physicians. Like, I can't, okay, yeah, nope, that leg, I gotta go. I gotta get this tested. Goodbye, everybody, and good night.